Dave, Mike, we've got a busy gym again, mate.
Yeah, which is good because we had one point where there was only Mark, who was a professional, obviously Tyrone, he was amateur with us and he was training at night time, so he was coming in here some days, it was just me, Dave and Mark and the kids from the schools.
But now, look at, I've just been here today, we've got the bare knuckle king, Jack Armfield back. Hopefully he's looking to get his licence back, isn't he? Obviously Scott's just become the British champion again. That's the second one. What, inside
5 years.
5 years?
Since we started. Yeah.
Not done bad, have you?
No, right, to be fair, yeah.
But I've come down here to do Tyrone because he's making his debut on December the 7th. And I was just asking his dad where the connection is, because obviously his dad was a professional, and it was a Manchester circuit because he trained in Manchester, and you were just probably starting your...
Yeah, I remember, Bonnie don't remember, but I remember once taking him up to our gym at Colliers. We was in his car, I think, at one point. I've known Bonnie for years, like through the boxing sort of thing, and obviously Tyrone had done a bit of amateur, and his dad got in touch to see if he could come down and do some amateur with us. So that's what he did. He had a few amateur fights with us, and now he wants to turn over.
Well, literally, it's just a few amateur fights, about 10, maybe 11.
Yeah, I mean, you get world champions. I think Scott Coppull only had about 12 or something like that.
But he had a lot of kickboxing experience.
Yeah, he did, to be fair, but still, he had to learn that professional code with relatively limited
I think I
experience.
One of his last amateur fights, one at Cresta Court, and saying he's only had 3 amateur fights, you wouldn't have known that though. No, he was very polished, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a lot more experienced than what his amateur fights are, do you know what I mean? We wouldn't turn him over otherwise, we'd say, no, you're not ready. Yeah. We wouldn't just turn anyone over.
I mean, like I say, we didn't have a busy gym, but we could have had a busy gym with kids that we don't think were quite good enough in a way.
Yeah.
We've got to keep that quality control sort of quite high, otherwise we're just going to ruin our reputation.
Because it's just too...
For the sake of having kids in the gym.
Yeah.
We'd rather have 4 good lads than 10 mediocre lads,
Which is what we're talking about, because I was just at the filming the National Association of Girls and Boys Clubs, and you had a young kid in there. Well, you've got a few kids in it, but the one I watched was Ryan Hughes. In an absolute cracking fight with Mike Coppull.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was a good fight, not just like a fight. It was a lot of good technical as well. They showed all aspects of boxing, a bit of grit, determination.
A bit of grit, a lot of grit on both sides.
Yeah, both good lads. Yeah.
It was a good fight. One that we'd like to see again.
And Ryan's a good fighter as well. He'll come again, and I think he can get past that Northwest again. I mean, last year we got to the semi-finals.
Well, this is what I'm about to say. As good as your pro side is doing, because like I say, inside 5 years you've got 2 British champions. Jack was WBA international champion. Matty. It's a great achievement. But your amateur side is doing just as well. I mean, I know I filmed him winning the Northwest region numerous occasions. How well have they done further on in the competitions?
Well, Michael's lad, he won the schoolboys last year, so he was national champion.
Right.
And then we've had like Ryan to semis, a couple of finalists. Joe Bo got to the final. Joe Young, he's a good kid, he's one to watch. Archie Smith, he won the Monkstown Box Cup as well. But there's a lot of kids, there's too numerous to mention really. We've had a lot of success in last year.
As we go into the end of 2019, it looks really exciting for this place, 2020.
Yeah, definitely, we just want to build on it, just keep progressing and making sure the lads are getting what they need and to make them better boxers, better people.
Well, we've got a quick talk about Scott then. Obviously he picked up the British title, when was it? Last month, was it? Or was it last month, wasn't it? 26
ago, wasn't it?
25th or something like that. I don't know.
It was last month.
One day last month.
Now there's a lot of controversy.
19th of October.
That's right, yeah.
There's a lot of controversy over it.
Well, there was a lot of comments on. There was a lot of controversy if you listen to the commentary, but if you look on Twitter and other places like that, most people thought Scott won. Well, and after the fight, we thought he'd won, and we spoke to a couple of pundits from Sky, and they thought he'd won as well. So.
I don't think there was any doubt in it.
More the minority.
I think that the reason why there was a little bit of confusion was the fact that Ted Cheeseman did something none of us expected. He boxed him a back foot, which no one thought he could do. And he did it fairly well, but he was very... I don't think you can win a fight on your back foot because he didn't throw enough punches.
You can win a fight on your back foot, but you've got to be landing the shots that you're throwing.
Yes.
And early doors, like, yeah, Ted was using his jab and stuff on his back foot, but Scott was defending very well as well. He had good head movement, he was using good hand defences, good elbow defences, and just because one lad has changed his game plan so much, you can't just, right, he's changed his game plan, he's won that round, he's on his back foot, he's won that round. We weren't reading it that way anyway.
I watched the interview with Ted Cheeseman straight after the fight, before I watched the fight, because I think I was working on the night, we had the show in Ellesmere Port,
yeah, that's right.
And I was really confused because when I watched the fight, it was nothing in the same way that Ted, I thought it was going to be a total rip-off, you know, for the way Ted was so upset about it. And I couldn't see that. What's the first? He said he won the first 6 rounds.
I mean, we didn't hear much of what the corner was telling him either. Do you know what I mean? They might, for all we know, they might have been telling him that he was winning the fight. So
well, he was probably doing what they asked him to do, but whether that was the right thing to do or not, I don't know.
I don't know personally. I think they come up with a good game plan to box on his back foot. Maybe if he'd have landed more shots, then maybe he'd have nicked it. I think he would have come forward and boxed Scott the way he normally fights. I think Scott would have stopped him.
We've seen that in the later rounds.
Well, he's reviewed it himself, Ted Cheeseman, now. He's watched the fight back himself, and he said, being biased, he said he still gives it to himself. He said even if he was biased towards Scott, he said he still gives it to himself at the worst 7-5. Yeah. Have you watched it back?
I have, yeah.
How do you feel?
I thought Scott won the first 4. Give Ted Cheeseman 3 rounds, and then from 9 onwards, Scott won them again. 9, 10, 11, 12. I had it like 8-3 or something like that. As bad as that, it might sound completely the one way, but that's just how I read it. And I remember when we in the corner, I think after the first 4, I thought he's not going to carry on like this. We thought Cheeseman was going to run, let Scott tire, and then try and meet him head on, sort of thing. Because after the 4th, we're just thinking he's not going to win the fight.
I think Cheeseman, sometimes, because Ted he's a good fighter. He likes to come forward, and he's come forward fighter. I think when you do something that's not your norm, it drains you because you're thinking a lot about it, aren't you? You know, and he used a lot of movement up, so he did definitely tire. Those last 4 rounds where normally he'd be strong.
I remember someone actually texted me on the same night when the fight was actually happening, and Ted must have said when he went back to his corner, my legs have gone. And someone texted me, but I didn't look at my phone. Obviously, I was too busy in the fight, sort of thing. But they even said that he'd said himself that his legs had gone, sort of thing. And that was all because of all the running, obviously.
So, what's your intentions for him going forward now? I mean, there's lots of talk. In fact, that's all there is. There's loads of talk. Everyone wants a bit of Scott, don't they now? So, yeah. I mean, Fowler's shouting him out. Cheeseman wants a rematch. You know, Brian Hughes, Mick Hall. Everyone wants him.
It's down to promoters and managers, isn't it? I mean, we just train.
Yeah, but what would you like for him? What would you like? Would you?
It depends really. I mean, like you say, it's a difficult one. So it's a difficult one because we know there is stuff in the pipeline as well at the same time. You know what haven't been revealed and stuff like that. So it's
so in due course it will be.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
Right. Hopefully you're going to tell me soon then.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, I'm excited for this place. 2020, I think it's going to be a cracking year for Jennings Gym. As good as 2019's been.
Yeah, I hope so. Nice one for coming.
See you later as
well.
Cheers, thank you. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.